Hi everyone, welcome to the Monday Angel Message. I'm Rachel Skoltok. I'm an angel medium. I'm an intuitive energy therapist. I'm an author and I'm a spiritual teacher. And what I'm with you to talk about today is about what to do around this phase at the moment that we're in with the moon, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, because there's such this intense energy around at the moment that is more than just to do with the new moon. But the new moon comes up in 2 days, which is the 31st of July, and it's the second new moon of July. And this month has been so tumultuous, so intense. Lots of people having, not what you would call a breakdown, but a feeling of needing change, or you might be ahead of the game and already moving through change, making plans, started something new, let go of the old. So, but just know that this year has been difficult. People are writing to me at the moment saying, Rachel, what's going on with 2019? And look, we always go through, when you're on a spiritual path, you have to understand that every one of us goes through shifts. It's all about, like, everyone is changing. Everyone has the opportunity to change. Everyone has the opportunity to grow. Nothing in life ever stays the same. I was reflecting today that I've been in this business 16 years, that when I first started my newsletter, which I write every Monday without fail, unless I'm on holiday or sick, when I first did that, I used to go around with a sheet of paper if I did meditation or an event, or if a client would come and see me at my home, I would give them a sign-up sheet to put their name and address, mailing address, and email if they had one. And at the time, not so many people had an email address, would you believe? Hi everyone. And so I used to just write my angel newsletter, an inspirational newsletter to these people every Monday, and most of them I would print off, fold up, put in an envelope, lick the envelope, stick the stamp on, put an angel card in as well, and post them out. And I met someone recently who said, I've still got the angel cards you used to send me pinned to my bedside cabinet. So look at where we are today than where we were 15, 16 years ago, when hardly anyone I was meeting in rural New South Wales didn't have an email. I used to have to mail out to them. Now we've got all these enormous changes, technologies. I now structure mine with a video, and I put the angel card in electronically. It's a whole new world. So if you're living in this state of like, oh God, why am I going through so many changes? One, remember that that's the nature of life. We're always in this rolling wave, if you like, of change. If you're on a spiritual path, watch out. Not that it's a bad thing, but you're literally just signing up to grow, to evolve, to constantly make sure your life is aligned with your authentic truth, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, and that you are staying aligned, and that you are shedding layers of ego and falseness and things that become outdated. And so we've got to get away of not letting go, which is what I wanted to speak with you about today in this message. So I will call today from breakdown to breakthrough, because I know that so many of you are going through this experience of having things changing around you, crumbling. People are leaving your life. Either they are going on transition, people and animals. I count animals as people. They're either transitioning to the other side, or they're just throwing a hand grenade in. Do you know anyone that's thrown a hand grenade into your life and just gone, like, had a hissy fit or a tantrum or an unexpected explosion, and then they just leave? Or you're feeling like, oh God, this is hard to maintain this relationship or this job I'm in because I'm not feeling aligned with the people around me. So this is what we're looking out for at the moment, and the things that are showing up that are out of alignment for you. Because what happens, and I often think about the tarot card, the Tower, which is called something different in angel cards, but it's really, the message of the card is that things are crumbling around you because you haven't been paying attention. And this is now your chance to take your power back and say, okay, I'm not a victim of these circumstances. People get fired, people get sick and can't do their job or their business the way they were doing it before. a relationship breaks down, that's like the forced change that the universe brings to your door when you've been hanging on for too long. And it's actually a blessing, but it can be very painful. And it can be painful because we hang on, right? And the other thing is, it's painful because we get scared. Like, what if there's nothing on the other side of this? What if I never meet anyone else? What if I never find the job I want? What if I don't get as much money? What if? And so that fear makes the pain harder, and it also makes you hold on even tighter. So you have to be willing to surrender. Now I'm just going to say hello to you guys. I can see you've all appeared now. So Erica says she's been going through this many times with people. So yeah, I'm hearing that a lot, Erica. And I think the key is I love you and I let you go. You know, whatever needs to go, let it go. Whatever needs to come will come to replace it if you're open. If you get all closed and blocked up and rigid and fearful, then it's going to be more painful, but you're also not going to let what naturally is waiting to come into your life. And very often when I'm working with people with my one-on-one coaching, healing immersion, what has needed to go goes when we're doing the coaching, because it's like you set a strong intention by saying, I'm ready for change. I'm now ready to make the steps necessary. And so everything comes up into your awareness. So the things you've been subconsciously just holding on to, and they might be beliefs, they don't have to be dramatic people living your life or a job. It doesn't have to be that in your face. It can just be a belief that you're holding on to. And sometimes the belief you're holding on to makes you hold on to the people. So it could be like, my business will never survive without this person as my support, or my designer, or my partner. And then when you realize, actually, I can't continue like this if this person's toxic or is behaving in a toxic way. We shouldn't call people toxic. Often there's very mentally ill people with narcissistic personality disorder, which they act in toxic ways. But when we say, okay, I'm ready to let go, whatever, I can't handle this anymore, the pain gets so much that then you are suddenly more open and you do let go, and then you realize something new wants to be born, and because you've been holding on, it hasn't allowed. So Cassandra's here. Hi, Nerali, thank you. Hi, glad you enjoyed your session last week. It was powerful. Thank you. Danielle, nice to see you. Leanne, you're not too late, don't worry. And Lucy, hi Lucy. Marsha still has her cards from when I really used to send you, yeah. So Marsha's still got the cards. So you've been with me a long time, hey Marsha. Debbie is here. Hi Debbie in New Zealand. Patricia, hi. Jessica, Natalie, hi lovely Natalie. Lauren, Emily, and I can't see anyone else. It's all disappeared. So lovely to see you here. So breaking down to breaking through. So I've got a couple of suggestions for you before I pull the card. So this new moon, which is the second new moon, which is really unusual in July, the build-up is really intense. You need to be really consciously and aware of what you want to let go of, or what is seeming to want to leave your life. Notice where you feel drained. Notice where you feel unwell. And I was reading an email the other day, and I literally felt my whole chest tighten. Don't worry, I wasn't having a heart attack. But it was a physical feeling, and I was like, you know what? I can't deal with this. I'm not going to deal with this. And I made a decision. I went away for the weekend, and I just went, I'm taking care of myself, and I left my phone off all weekend. So if you're still waiting for a message from me, I'll get there. But I needed just to step away, because there was guidance that needed to come in, and there was energy that needed to come in. There was healing that needed to come in. And so sometimes you don't have to do that much, but you do have to take time to listen to yourself and to not just barrel through life, because these are important shifts at the moment. So when these shifts hit you, when you realize, I've had enough of this, whatever this is, and there could be lots of things, the way I'm thinking, what I'm believing, how people treat me, the job I'm doing, that is when it's like, I can't remember exactly what the quote is, but it's like when it becomes too painful to stay the way you are, That pain, it gives you the courage to make the change. It's something to do with a flower blossoming. I've forgotten it. But this is where you will find the courage to change. So don't be afraid of it. It's your courage, your decisions that go from here on in that make the difference. Because you can stay wrapped up in that tight little cocoon for a really, really long time, but you will get that stagnation feeling. You'll get that nagging that you think something needs to change. You'll be sick and tired of the things that are peeing you off, that have annoyed you for a long time, that you thought you could have manifested your way out of. And you are guaranteed that if that is the case, something needs to go. And don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but something drastic needs to change, because life is a rolling wave. You are always on the edge of that rolling wave. You're always being encouraged to grow and expand, and staying constricted is not natural. It's not natural. It's not normal. It's not what's expected. And at the moment, there's this quickening. It's a build up, and we keep saying, oh, we're going to have a break. Are we going to have a break? We're not going to have a break. You have to be the one to say, okay, I'm going to step away for a little while, take some deep breaths. And when you feel the energy come up, have the courage to let go. So 1, stop judging. Stop judging yourself and stop judging circumstances. Stop saying things like, by my age, I should have. At this stage of my life, I should have. Why haven't I? You know, all of those things. People bring it up all the time about marriage, relationships, business, finances. When you stop judging yourself, you will allow for the true guidance to come through. This is not a race. It's not a competition. You run your own race, but you recognize that your guidance is unique for you. And the chances are, when you work in alignment with the divine, and I've seen this happen so much, you can break the rules a bit. It works is what works for you. And that's what I'm really big on. You know, I had periods in my life where people were shouting at me that I needed to be doing this and I needed to be doing that. And I listened for a while, and I got sucked into the tornado. And I had to pull myself out of that and go, okay, what Rachel's doing this lifetime in her soul is different to what maybe everyone else is doing. And I don't have to fit in with what everyone else is doing to be a success, to be happy, to have joy, to have peace in my life, to make a difference, which is my intention. I want to make a difference. I want to make a positive contribution to the world. I want people to know about the spiritual laws and working with angels, and how that can really make a shift for you, as well as your own self-awareness. So when you stop judging, it's like a surrender, a release happens, and some of those constricting chains will move away. Take responsibility for your energy. Take responsibility for everything in your life, how you're feeling, and the decisions that you need to make for you. And whilst you can get help, you know, coaches, healers, that's important, is to not give your power away to everything outside of yourself. To come back to, all right, so your husband might not want you to study spiritual things, or your parents might have been nasty to you or continuing to be nasty to you, or you might have had some really crappy relationships. But you don't have to keep giving your power away to those things. You can clear the cords and the attachments. Sometimes those things stay injected in your energy because it's like an implant. And when you take that out, the programming of being powerless disappears. You've got to take responsibility for your pain, because whilst you're not taking responsibility for it, it leaks into everything else in your life. It leaks into your relationships. It leaks into your potential relationships. It leaks into your law of attraction vibration. It leaks into your business, your finances. You have to clean it up. And you have to clean it up properly. You can't just shove it under the carpet, because it will show up. I always say that buried emotions show up as boils and things like that, because they don't go away until you actually clear them energetically. And allow what needs to go to go. I love you and I let you go. If this is not right for me, Divine Spirit, take it from me, and please deliver to me what should replace it. And I am open. I trust. So I'm reading my very scribbly notes. I'm going to put those down and pull you a card, and then I'm going to finish up. So I'm not working at my desk, so the cards are on the floor, because I wanted to use this beautiful backdrop that I hardly ever use and do from here. And I'm loving the lighting today. It's hiding things beautifully. So let's pull a card for the week ahead. Yeah, Marsha's been feeling crappy physically in the last few weeks. So that's something that needs attention to you physically. Like, where are you not looking after yourself physically? Where are you giving too much of your energy away? What beliefs are you holding on to? Maybe you're an overgiver, Marsha, and you are forgetting yourself. And that's something that is dying now. That is an old paradigm that light workers, it's like an old program that we came in with because the world needed so much healing and because of where we've been before. But when we're being awakened to at the moment, and this is important, and people hate letting go of it because you're identified with it. You think it makes you, I'm not saying you personally, Marsha, I'm talking to all light workers. You think it makes you worthy. You think it makes you who you are, being a giver. I hear people saying it all the time, oh, but I'm a giver. People expect this of me. It's not who you are. Yes, giving is something that you do naturally and beautifully. And when you're full in your cup, you can give. When you are empty in your cup, you can't. Or what you give is kind of tainted. So you can no longer use that as a paradigm. And that's why so many of us have been woken up to that. I'm guilty of that, and I'm learning. I'm doing something new. So, hi everyone. Hi Ida. And Marsha said that's exactly. Hi Greg. Hi Kerry. Hi Steve. Nice to have some male energy here too. So let's pull you a card. I'm using the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light deck. Hopefully I haven't been talking too long. Okay. So this is very much aligned with what I said at the beginning, the ever unfolding rose. And I think this is Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light deck. Look at you're in a temple and there is a pathway and it's soft and beautiful. I find that very inviting. And then you've got the roses and the rose with the figure in front. And it's reminding you that at the moment you are being cracked open. You are being, like, the pain is, the pain is the breaking of your understanding. That's from Khalil Gibran's the Prophet. The pain breaks you open, not to hurt you, not to harm you, not to limit you, not to victimize you, but to show you, to reveal new things. I have a friend who I love dearly, who had a great loss in her life a few years ago, and it was, almost unbearable to contemplate. And whenever I meet her now, which isn't very often, but I think of her often, she's such a loving, kind, generous, gorgeous human being. And she has no bitterness. And I always say her heart was broken open. Not that she was ever any different before, but it was almost like the heartbreak broke her open even more. So this is about life is happening for you, not to you. This is about knowing that you're on that ever-changing wave where you're, how Abraham Hicks puts it, you're riding the wave of change. You're riding the wave of creation. Like, what you want to manifest wants to come in. Like, as you create things, you're actually kind of creating the world. So make sure that when you're looking at the state of the world, environmentally and in all other ways, that you hold a vision of the future that you want to see, not distraction, because you are the driver of that wave. You are a creator. So what you see, what you visualize, what you manifest, it becomes the truth. So the more people that can hold the vision, but when it comes to your personal life too, what do you want to create? You've got to be able to open and let go of what doesn't work for you. So I'm going to be doing, I'm holding back from doing my blog, which I send out every Monday, which I've been doing for 15 years non-stop, for the next 4 weeks. There's a few things going on for me. One of those is that I'm creating a huge new program, which is going to be like, you're invited to come and join a spiritual community, much more than we have here. And I'll be doing many more teachings and lessons in that community. And there'll be also like a 12-module course that you can take part of as well. So I need to take the time to sit back and do those things and let that be created. That's what I'm letting go of at the moment. So you won't be getting in your inbox a Monday email. If you want to see the readings, you have to come here. And there'll be a few other small changes as well. In the meantime, I am still seeing clients one-on-one. So if you are ready, if you do have the courage to finally say, I've had enough of being the way things have been, I want change, I want transformation, I want healing, I want to see what my future vision unfolds as and what it is that spirit and angels are pushing me towards, because sometimes we can't see when we're in the forest. So please get in touch. I do one-on-one sessions, and I also have only one place on my program because I'm going to be putting all of my energy into this group program. If you want to come and do one-on-one healing immersion with me, it's really super powerful. Everyone that I've worked with has seen change. And I really, I've got some beautiful souls that I've worked with in the last few months, and amazing change has been triggered. So they're manifesting like rock stars. So really, really happy to do that with you. Just use the link that I put on this email, or rachel@rachelscoltor.com, or go to my website and you will find me. Lots of love. Have an angel blessed week ahead. And remember to do a little bit of self-work this week. It's really called for the new moon. Thank you so much. Marsha says, the cards I have from way back are Ariel. Ah, right. You got my, yeah, okay. There you go. Ariel card. Beautiful. Thanks so much, everybody. Angel blessings, and thank you.